Is economics a science? The nature of economics has been a matter of debate for long. As a matter of fact, it is a matter that still does not have an exact answer. Economists still haven't reached a consensus on whether to consider it to be a part of science or art. Before understanding why or why not is economics considered as science, we need to understand the criteria on which a subject is classified as science. On a very basic level, we might consider 4 points. 1. Science is a systematic body of knowledge. It is known to trace the relationship between cause and effect of a certain event. 2. It observes facts, systematically collecting the data and then analyzes them to come to concrete conclusions. 3. It makes generalizations of the relevant facts and formulates laws and theories on its basis. These theories are then subjected to real world tests to validate them. So, if economics is to be considered as science, it needs to fulfill these criteria. If we look at the study matter of economics, we find that it is a systematic body of knowledge. It does study the cause and effect relationship between variables such as, say, price and demand, or price and supply, or cost and production. So it checks out on the first criterion. Second, it uses inductive method to make observations of fact, collect data, and then analyze them to come to definite conclusions. An inductive method uses a collection of mass data from actual experiences relating to certain economic phenomena. These are then analyzed and generalizations made. In a deduction method, certain assumptions are made and then logical reasoning is applied to it to come to conclusions which again lead to generalizations. Now, these two methods are not mutually exclusive. Rather, both are used simultaneously in economics and together they fulfill the second and the third criteria. Now, for the last criteria. To validate the observations and generalizations, it must either hold in the real world or the predictions based on the laws and theories need to come true. Now, let's say the law of demand. It is a scientific hypothesis as it does hold in real world. If price of a certain item increases, its demand will fall and vice versa. Or say that of the propensity to consume. So there are theories that do hold true. So why is there a debate? That is because unlike natural science, where the scientists usually can't contradict each other, even a small thing like the study matter of economics does not have a consensus. You can't question gravitational force, but economics is a social science and thus subjective. So finding consensus is a little difficult. Again, economic laws do not hold if the assumptions are altered. Take for example, if income increases, even with increase in price, the demand may or may not fall. They are not universal like the natural laws of gravitational force. The apple is going to fall down every single time from the tree. It's not going up. Unfortunately, economic laws cannot claim every instance. And lastly, not every economic theory can be validated. We cannot perform controlled experiments. There are just too many variables in real life that impact the outcome of an economic event. This is the reason why the question still arises. Because while on one hand, there are aspects that agree to the requirements of science, there are also others that point to the contrary.